My name is Marianne Ward, and I teach sophomore English, and I'm the head swim coach. I first decided that I wanted to be a teacher when I had a really terrible English teacher in high school. I was in a senior English class, and we were reading poetry, really old poetry about people sitting in fields looking at sheep. And my teacher told us what the poem meant, and I disagreed. And I said, well, what if the poem meant this? What if the author meant this? And he got really upset, and he said that couldn't be the case. And I said, well, how do you know? What, do you talk to dead people? And I got pulled into the hallway, and I got scolded by my English teacher. And I told him that I was going to go to school and get a degree, and I was going to come back, and I was going to take his job away from him and show him how it was really done. And I never really got his job, but I ended up an English teacher anyway. I enjoy being a teacher. I love showing kids that they can think for themselves. I love showing kids what's out there in the world. I think sometimes, even though we have the internet, our worlds get very small and very limited, and I love showing kids that you really can do anything you want. You really can go anywhere you want and meet new people and do new things. So that's the excitement for teaching with me. When I was in elementary school, I fancied myself to be a rock star someday, and then I realized I couldn't sing or play an instrument, so that didn't really work out. I was really into computers for a while, but then I got bored with those, and I even looked into fashion design, but again, I'm not very good at drawing, so that didn't work out. And then finally in high school, I realized that I really loved reading and I really loved writing, and I loved this idea of critical thinking, so teaching it was. I love new experiences, so for Christmas I went to Costa Rica. It was really fun. I did a 10-day surf camp, and I learned how to surf, and I'm not very good at it, but oh my gosh, I had so much fun. And then my weekends, I usually spend training for different events. So I do Ironman triathlons, and I coach a marathon team. So I'm usually either with my team, coaching them and helping them become runners, or I'm training for events that I've signed up for. So I work out all weekend long. College was difficult. When I went into college, I knew I was going to be a teacher, so I was always on track with my classes and what I wanted to graduate in. But I was on scholarship, so it was very stressful because I had to keep a really high GPA in order to keep all of the money so that I could go to school. So that was very stressful. I won't say that the classes were necessarily difficult. Some of them were, but most of them were not that hard for me. I went to a really difficult high school, so college was relatively easy. But I had to maintain over a 3.7, and that was really, really, really hard. I'll have to say, though, being a teacher most days was easier than being a student because I'm in charge, and if I don't want to do something, I don't have to, whereas when you're a student, you have to do it. But there are days teaching that are really, really challenging, and not because of the kids. It's usually because of, what the state legislature wants us to do or other constraints. So it's never the kids.